And we're back to more Thronebreaker. And boy, it's like I always seem to forget that if I don't record for a while and I do all this talking, oh man, those high thumbs start bothering me. I could not do public speaking. So, I think, yeah, we're gonna wait till we go 5,000 and just get the upgrade. More troop capacity so we can have our enough Guardian soldiers. You know, fine, since it's just to make. That was a bit of a waste. Oh well. What do we have here? Now ruins of an open temple. Can't send our entire armor towards the back. See, now here's why we have Ike. But you can't send our entire army to fight them. I mean 1,000 gold. And we sacrifice 8. Meh, whatever. Or we could just send Ike. And we're good. This is why we keep Ike. He's not a witcher, but he's damn good at what he does. So now we have enough to buy it. So much well. So that's 3,000. We'll probably buy that. I don't care what regards that much. Yeah. So now we can go over here. Downhill. Boop. 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 And who else do we want? Meh. I have no use for you. It's like, oh yeah, you could choose a card for one order and give it one charge. Most of my cards of order is just not that great, honestly. It's like, oh yeah, I could give them a no charge, but that doesn't really work because the order moves them to your deck. So if you gave them 2 charges, they would not work because you'd already be moved. Stupid. So, Pitfall Trap. Damage all units on this rope by 2. I forgot I made one of those. Oh, they're expensive to put on the thing, though. Okay, so what else can we put? We have 4 left. Which isn't really great because it's not very costly. Well, let's have an old drummer. How many drummers do we have? 2. Pikemen are matched out. Arbalest. I was like, oh, we could have more Arbalest. But I could actually have more Arbalest. Wait, no, I can't. That's I was looking at the wrong place. Okay, strays are pretty much all 5s. It's like, I don't really know what I would want. I mean... guess we make one more. guess it works. Anyway, let's see, what do we need? I guess it's time to head to Werewolf's first.
Meve was riding at the head of the caravan when Black Rayla rode up and leaned towards her. She spoke in a whisper, a hand shielding her mouth.
Your Grace, I've something important to tell you. Yet you can't show anything to miss. Look straight ahead. Make no sudden moves.
Meve nodded slightly and waited for her to continue.
Scoia'tael scouts in the woods, watching us. Eldain's near here somewhere, preparing his attack. So what do you propose?
Asked the Queen, her gaze fixed on the road ahead.
Let him catch us out in the open. We're sitting ducks. But there are ruins nearby, an elven cemetery. We can find cover behind its walls.
Meve was accustomed to discussing important decisions with all her advisors, but she knew there was no time for consultation now. She had to trust Black Rayla's advice, and so without further delay issued the appropriate orders. Meve's retinue reached the cemetery before dusk. Her soldiers knocked down the marble statuary and piled them into barricades, while scouts took up positions outside the walls to watch for the foe's approach. When the sun set, the woods exhaled the heat of the day, and a thick fog soon arose. Out of the mist stepped Reynard's scouts, bound and pushed forward by elves. One of the Scoia'tael, a sturdy elf with long hair, stood by the cemetery wall and cried,
I am Eldain. I would speak to Meve.
Of course, you're freaking loot. Is that loot? Might not be loot.
I am she. Speak.
Right, it's alright, we're ready to murder someone.
Cadmil and Kedva Genvid, Renna. This place is of great import to us, the Enshe. I would tell you of its monuments, of the weeping Ensevern, carved by 3 generations of sculptors, or of the alabaster relief of King Kelad, so beautiful even the birds would gather to admire it.
Let me tell you about our beauty and how you've ruined it.
But I see your men have found our memorials, and in the way of Dwan, destroyed them without a second thought. I cannot say this comes as a surprise. You've already shown the gods molded you from the basest of matter. You murdered injured soldiers who no longer posed you any threat.
I did do that.
You agreed to lynch an entire village, without trial.
I also
Get to
did.
the point, Eldain.
So I shall. As you certainly know, the necropolis is surrounded. Soon, there shall be a battle. But it is unseemly to fight in a cemetery. So I ask you to come out into the open.
And surrender our tactical advantage.
I suspected a matter so impractical as respecting the dead would mean nothing to you, Dwan. So I submit one more argument. The lives of the soldiers you sent to spy. If you leave the cemetery, I shall set them free. They will fight at your side. If not, I shall kill them, here and now.
Milady, don't listen to him. He can't be trusted.
Rayla, those are good men. Fabian, Gerrit, Matthias, they've served me for a decade. They'd crawl through 7 hells for their queen. They do not deserve such a death.
Troops alright.
I place a high value on my men's lives. Which is why I cannot risk my entire unit for a handful of soldiers.
Your Grace, please, consider.
I reject your offer, Eldain.
As you wish, Renna. Squash me.
In a swift, almost careless movement, Eldane slit the throat of the scout standing nearest to him, then gave the order to attack.
Walking on L, evading attack of elegant ease. His own blows sliced through the air that seemed to be his blade around the mark. As until they were in stark collapse, trying in vain to stem blood splurting from all arms. Wounds were small, no more than thorns, yet they were staying in the I'm fine with doors. Doors, I'm fine with. Elves. Remember, we're around. I used to get a black rail. She's called people useless. I probably wear out but we're doing on one round, don't we? We also don't need to. So we don't. The wagon burden probably don't need. It's probably gonna get blown up.
Careful, stay alert. They're cowards all, and sure to have laid traps.
Pays late. Again.
So what does he do? He spawns everyone cut there on the way. The lock, the lowest enemy, and Jason too. Alright. So, here's what these guys do.
Fuck, our ass is moving.
It's not. It's not good.
I'm a war servant.
That might just be. Maybe I should.
Show me the coin or sod off.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Sorry, guys. Still followed by that. God, that's bad. Why would you do that? Frickin'. Actually, I'm stupid. I should eat more.
Lyria!
Stop.
Nay, Duan vacamest.
So let's deploy.
quick and painful this'll be.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Yeah, we haven't used that. Now we have a bit.
Wow!
Onward, Fryhead!
One bullet I need.
I got that for the kill. Well, pills so. Keep charging.
Jorveth will avenge us, Dwan!
Us or them, no other way.
I shall not fail!
Lots of things that do. Boop. Get ready. Yeah, let's deploy that. One. Make it for I like how the Emperors get on the battlefield. God, that's annoying.
Ha ha!
Technically, I can't. You know what?
Slaughter them to a man!
Good luck. Also,
I fear not, for faith guides me.
I don't like it. I really don't like it. You ruined my ass.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Oh, but I forgot that he was the.
Ha!
That might be.
Bladder! Beaner!
Definitely feel good.
After a long, bloody battle, Eldane's unit was destroyed, and Eldane himself sat at Meave's feet, defeated and dying.
To die in a cemetery. Something amusing in it, wouldn't you say?
I am surprised you are in the mood for humor.
All my tears I shed years ago. My family, killed in a massacre aimed at eradicating our race. Senseless. Utterly senseless. Reyna, we have lost. Me, my Scoia'tael, Ian Shay. We shall vanish from this earth. Your grandchildren will know us in fairy tales only.
Oh, shush. I'm pretty sure there's still elves around. At least there were in Witcher 3, which is, I forget how long after this.
Lay my bones to rest in a grave. Let me part this world with dignity. Ager Dregared.
Oh, please! How dare he? Look, he laughs, Your Grace! This dog should rot in an open field. Need I mention the willow? The men he strung from it?
Really does make a point. He doesn't deserve orders. He really doesn't deserve orders. I mean, we've been fighting elves and bullshit. Yeah, I don't see a reason.
Mercy you don't deserve, Eldane. I shall leave you where you lie, where rats will gnaw at your bones.
In your boots, I would do the same. Vasse derad, ep again.
Meve gave the order to march that very night, not waiting for the day to break. She wished to leave behind as soon as possible the moulderwood and the rotting elven remains littering Kedva Genvid Cemetery. Black Rayla rode at the head of the caravan to the Queen's right, a satisfied smile playing on her lips.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look, Mandrake. This guy's been added to your army can be found in the command tent. Yay, our men still hate us. Yay. Super. So play a random bronze unit from each deck. From each deck. That's stupid. Because this right here creates a bronze card. Because, you know, whatever. This implies one from each deck. Which isn't that great. If you think about it. Okay, so what do we have here? Imperial Emissary may contact over command operating on American soil. The person. Hey, look, Ivorif? Urvrif? Lordrif? Ivorif, yeah. Ivorif. Trying to coordinate this campaign against human veterans with our forces and weights. For information, we should send word to him as soon as we do the lyric company. He was the one in Witcher 2. So now, Silver still hating us. Look at this go. Look at it. Could probably go buy that one thing now. But I want to get our gold up a bit more before we do that.
Oh, at last. I'd begun to think this wood had no end.
And I thought bandits knew their way round a wood.
We do. Around those not brimming with elves armed to teeth.
So, here's the thing. Now that we're out of the woods, Black Rayla really isn't that useful. We sort of want to get rid of her as soon as possible, now that we've ended our war with the Scourge at the moment. We don't really need her. especially in the second. Especially where we're going to go next. Let's see. I think I already... Yeah, I was going to say, I've explored practically everything. Is that it? Yeah. So... just stop it over, I guess. I hate puzzle games. I really hate puzzle games. Hey, she trolls. Come across main trolls in my travels. Some were friendly, eager to lend aid. Others such as the one me encountered in a war-torn had her and feared humans differently. I say it, tasting great for seal. So, eliminate the she troll. 40 hours alive. One round, getting cards, controls. Because it's a puzzle fight. I hate puzzle fights. Okay, so eliminate the cheat troll. So what do we have to work with? Yeah, humans are troll. She's got examples for a mistake. Damage the lowest units by 4. Defeat this ability until all charges are depleted. Each turn on turn start to increase the charge count. So, who do we play first? I guess I only want to do so basically what got charged. We need to try it. I think how we should put this.
Can't take it anymore. Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
So after we play,
Naturally. At once.
they go powers where they pop up there. That did pop up there. I screwed up.
Yes? Company! Forward march!
This isn't good. Wait, what? Don't. Because, Good. How do I do this? Because I'm a bit confused, because, yeah. This is really seems like I have to put that one first. I have to do that. Yeah, like this. I got nothing. Like my mind just like, nope. Does not want to process what's going on. Like hours we have to play that. But then what? Like I thought we'd be playing War Wagon. Playing with these things. So we'd have the units. Then we move it up. Then it doesn't.
Yes? I live to serve you. You can try to win them all, but you won't. Can't take it anymore. Company! Forward march!
Oh, wait. Yeah, I guess it's up to 16. Down. Very unfortunate, because that is not enough damage. I don't like this fight. It's stupid. I really don't like this fight. I mean, I'd Google it, but Google's being slow as shit because try doing anything with Google in the background. It's because Google uses way too much memory. Like, way too much memory. Like, I should be using, like, Firefox for everything or something. Especially when trying to record and do other things. Bullshit shit drone fight. So we're looking this one up because my mind can't process it. Okay, so let this stuff up because my mind couldn't process how to deal with this. Okay, so basically what we want to do is we want to deploy this thing, of course. And here's what I found weird. We want to deploy to our melee. Okay. Then we want to deploy 2 Grey Riders.
Without hesitation. As you command.
And then we want to deploy our war wagon.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Okay, so now we want to deploy 1. Let's take it back up. So we're at 5. Now we want to deploy our second war wagon.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
And now for what's confusing as shit to me. Is that why I'm supposed to do this? So we want to go the best way we send this unit down Tennessee. This is clever. Too clever for my mind process. Okay. So now we deploy right.
We must trust each other.
Now go back down. Now go back up. Now go back down. Now go back. Yeah. Yeah. Dude. That's a bit too smart for my for my thought process. Now we gain the Scepter of Storms. Is it actually worth a shit though? Herb. It's no good. Hold Bridgie now. With Bridgie bad, Human's no go. No go on Bridgie, no pay shinies. No pay shinies, Human's only good for soupy soup. Splashy, splashy. Trolls on the bridges. Okay, so we have gained the scepters. Oh, it's one of those. Great. So basically, if you use it, it damages the lowest enemy by 2. Repeat until charges are depleted. Every turn start increases charge count. Now it ends the charges to 0. Basket could be useful. Could be useful. But I sort of have to use the mana card because it makes Ike better. And Ike is our best card. Anyway, boop. Parasite man. So yeah, better safe men. And bombers and I was like we already have bombers. I can make Ray Riders. Okay. Well, now that my brain hurt trying to figure out that. And it makes sense when you see it in play, but just like looking at from that perspective, it's like, oh god, what do I do?
The burning fields and orchards spewed thick black smoke, turning day into darkest night. Riding in the middle of her caravan, Meve could see neither its head nor its rear. Reynard ordered the men to keep formation and march in silence.
Eyes open, fore and aft. The foe might well use these conditions to spring a trap.
When a scout's shrill horn cut through the silence, Meve immediately galloped to the front of the column. She found herself in a pile of red-hot coals that had once been peasants' huts.
What the devil happened here?
Bodies lay amid the ashes, barefoot men in nightshirts as if caught in their sleep. Meve deemed them yet more victims of the black-clad invaders, but Gascon had another interpretation.
Look at the arrows. Imperial issue? Not hardly. Nor are they the type the Scoia'tael favour. And the tracks in the mud, the attackers fought not in formation, but man to man. Bandits. It must have been.
Reynard, standing next to him, nodded in agreement.
Gascon can be relied on here. After all, he knows of what he speaks.
An uncomfortable silence fell over the group, ending only when Meve ordered the scouts to determine the direction of the bandits' tracks. They returned to report the killers were hiding somewhere to the north.
Oh, somewhere to the north, you know. Just somewhere. Probably over there. And then that's all this loot people. And that's loot. That's loot. Why would you leave loot if you're bandits? God, are we really get morale back up? Men hate us all the time. Keep making them pissed off.
I'm going no further, and I'd advise you to do the same. Bandits took the fort to the north.
Well, there you go.
Was nearly home. Nearly with my dear wife. Go to Edern, they said. You'll sell at a profit, they said. Was nearly home.
Okay, well. Guess we should go do it. Bandits then, sure.
Another dead end. How the demons do I get out of here? How do I quit this place for good? Cursed land. Nothing but corpses and ash. Corpses and ash far as the eye can see. Smoke everywhere. Billows of it. Stings your eyes and scratches at your throat. Another dead end. Another dead end.
Well, we could make them a So, we could make her morale come up. But we could end up with a choice that's gonna make her morale go down at the bandit camp. Anyway, hi bandits.
The scouts reported the bandits who attacked the village that night now occupied a fort the Adernians had hastily abandoned during their retreat.
They'll have crossbows, arbalists, ballistae. The bandits are armed to the teeth.
Well, that's not good.
What's more, according to the local folk, they had a witch among them. In light of these reports, Meave's advisors debated whether it was worth risking a fight with the brigands.
Let's call it as it is.
Gascon said.
The game's not worth the candle.
Game?
Rayla said, struggling to swallow her anger.
They slaughtered an entire village. We cannot let them get away.
Well.
The stage seemed set for a long debate, when Meave pounded her fist on the table.
I am a queen, for God's sakes. I shall not cower before common rogues, even if the entire conclave of mages stands with them. Reynard, have the men prepare their arms.
Reynard saluted and left the tent. If one had seen him then, he would have sworn the grizzled soldier smiled to himself, beaming with pride in his ruler.
Oh, yep, gotta get rid of them bandits. We captured the Squirrel. Me paired at the fort's wall. The siege with his forces was now so tedious. Need somebody who caught a wholly unnecessary risk, but not me. Rather than try both in phases. Breakers took advantage of the fear to murder and steal from the compatriots. Baby fears that I really face such depravity. Killing is not the solution to everything. One round. So what do we have? There's my pipe. Buy me Gascon with 2 cylinders, that's a pretty good start. Where's my pipe? There's my pipe.
The king leads us to our doom!
Surrender while you can!
This unit's power drops at 4 or less. Move battery attack. Well. It's a dog murder. Boop.
Oh, Lyrian lummoxes.
Your Grace, I saw flashes of light inside the fort.
Okay, so this ship's a bit stupid. So if this unit drops at 4, moves it back to you attack. However, Pierce adjacent units by 2, so they're gonna deploy cards to pierce them out. No, the enemy there. Where's my arms?
One bolt I need.
Not enough. Well, if we can get another card on the battlefield, we can just, you know, select.
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
Come on, join us on this side. Better not they do around anyway. Deploy the foot man.
No time for that!
Damn it.
Go, hop hop!
I hate you guys so much.
We must find a gap in the fortifications.
Oh, join me.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Did you hear that? A kind of incantation.
Something's not right. They should be dead with those wounds.
We got a job to do. Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am. Can't take it anymore.
I fear not, for faith guides me.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Nothing personal, I assure you.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
The fort is ours, Your Grace.
They battled long and hard to take the fort. Meve could have sworn she saw bandits stalking its ramparts. Bandits who moments before had taken a bolt to the head. By all rights, a mortal wound.
What the devil is going on here?
She swore as she took cover behind her shield. The secret was unraveled only after the battle's conclusion. Meve's soldiers dragged before her a grey-haired woman in coloured robes. The aura radiating from her left no doubt. They had fought a sorceress. It was her healing spells that enabled the bandits to hold off their attack for so long.
What is your name, sorceress?
We found a witch. Maybe burn her.
Ishbel of Tretago.
I take it you did not keep company with bandits willingly.
Not at all. They kidnapped me and forced me to aid them.
Forced? I do not understand. As a woman fluent in the arcana of magic, you could have freed yourself with little effort.
True, I could have. But I would have had to kill, and I swore never to use my talents to harm another.
Not even in self-defense?
Not even then.
Then you live in truly unfortunate times. War rages all around. You cannot hide from it.
So be it. Then I must entrust myself to the care of the gods.
Or a passing queen.
You stand before Meve, by divine right ruler of Lyria and Rivia. We seek the lord of these lands, Demavend.
Oh, forgive me for not recognizing you, your grace. You do not look like a ruler, more like a mercenary.
True, I wear no crown. It was stolen from me along with my country. I strive to reclaim what was taken, and admit the help of a sorceress would prove useful.
Thank you, my lady. But you must know, an army is no place for me.
Should you wish it not, you needn't fight. We have many civilians among our ranks who
do their part in the slaughter. Indirect guilt is enough.
My soldiers do not slaughter. They fight.
No. My soldiers do not slaughter. Rayla murdered how many innocents?
Lofty words, but the result is the same. Piles of corpses.
Well, a bandit I am not. I shall not force you. Reynard, prepare the men to march on.
Of course, but if I may, perhaps Xavier might have a look at the war machines we captured. He may find some parts of use.
Meve followed Reynard's suggestion. Xavier went to work.
Yes, Your Grace.
Oh yeah, shoulder face guy.
Gods, what happened to him?
He was in Rosberg when the stronghold fell. Nearly burned alive.
How are you healing him?
The medics recommended regular poultices of dog's tallow, but whether they've any effect...
Of course they've no effect. For such wounds. How he must suffer.
In the day he reveals nothing, but at night one awakes to hear him sob with pain. You see? I need healers.
Yep, touching them. Touching those parts. Gotta touch the emotional feels. That's why we deployed face, guy. Because we knew the hill would notice. We're like, oh. Peter's in terrible shape. I should heal him.
I shall go with you. But never shall I use magic to take a life. Do I make myself clear?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yes, you have put it quite plain, and rather bluntly.
Forgive me, Your Grace. It has been long since I played the host. I forget the custom.
Your spells mean more to me than your manners. Welcome to our ranks, Isbel.
Yeah, just keep people alive.
Isbel sat in one of their wagons and shut her tired eyes. Her long grey hair seemed to flutter ever so slightly, though there was neither wind nor breeze.
Oh, so now it says here. Made you wonder if there could be another version of her. This card has been added to your command tent. I was like, can I loot? Now the loot's outside. Loot. Look at all that loot. Don't we? Farmer's Warhunt is down with Red King of Powder. Okay, I was in the Adder, your orders are as follows. Abandon board forts at once. In my case, the orders. Massive reinforcements necessary. Then we prepare to launch a siege. Alright, back to our camp. So. Herp, I said. That doesn't mean walk up. No. I mean... So. Join couch for 5. But God, God, she takes so much food. So, boost ammo is at random by the total damage taken during this battle. By random. It's like it could be useful, but it could not be useful. At cost. We mostly just taking her because now we have basically someone who's going to drown at every decision we make. What's that? You want to slaughter the elves? Well, I don't want to be part of this. Like seriously, that's... Oh, I see you. Hi, bird. Let's do the CD Projekt Red. This new bird logo thing.
Mom, it's good you're here. We ought to speak.
Yes? Concerning what?
I've spent time with your troops, dressing their wounds, treating them. They respect you greatly, would follow you into any fire, any flood.
Happy to hear it. They're good folk, one and all.
Yes, precisely. In fact, too good to die in a senseless war.
Thanks, Isabel.
Not certain I understand.
The Imperial army's enormous. Just how enormous we know, both. Had you all the Norse kings at your side, victory would still be unsure. Yet you fight alone. Know well you cannot rely on them.
Agreed. Nilfgaard's far better equipped and greatly outnumbers us. Yet, though try, they cannot be everywhere at once. They've stretched their forces thin, too thin. An error I aim to exploit.
You may be right. I hope you are. The lives of those you lead depend on it. You're proud, persistent, and sure of yourself. Just as I was at your age. It may work in your favor. Only time can tell. Meanwhile, how might I help?
Yep, she's here to judge us.
You're no village witch, no healer. That much is clear. But nor do you look like our northern sorceresses.
I use no glamour, true. I've come to feel a body must age, and honestly so, as nature intended, as is the order of things.
She's like a druid sorceress hybrid, basically.
You sound much like a druid drivelling on about balance, harmony, the good that is rot.
Rather poor, their reputation, druids. Yet they're in the right in this regard, I believe. Defy nature's laws, and nothing good can come of it.
Is that also why you wear no shoes?
Ha! No. I simply like to feel the grass between my toes, the sand, the mud. You must try it sometime.
Yeah.
I shall think on it. Thank you, Isbel. Duty calls. I must go.
Of course. Should you need me, I'll be here.
So, you can already start to see the conflict rising here. So, our main conflict, of course, is Randor and Gascon. Gascon's a bandit, so he has bandit choices. Randor's a loyal soldier, so he has loyal soldier choices. Our engineer doesn't really say much. It's just sort of that. For the most part. Black Rayla, though. She served her part. We want to get rid of her as soon as possible. Because we have too many nice people. Like Ike. I would say counts as nice. He's basically a paladin. Yet he hasn't really, you know, said anything about what we've been doing. Like, Ike hasn't been like, oh, well, you slaughtered innocents. Yeah. He should have said something, but no. He's been pretty good. Just chill. Isabel is our unlike a druid, she isn't true neutral. She isn't like a druid in that regard. Neutral group, maybe? Something like that. Which doesn't make sense because Ike should be a lawful good one, but he hasn't really said anything. But yeah, she is too good. Rayla, pretty sure, I'm not sure if they were at the way it's designed, if like, if we actually went and got her first and then went and slaughtered ourselves, if she would have interjected, but I'm pretty sure in the future stuff, she's not gonna be happy with Rayla. Rayla makes these decisions, she just, oh, well, I got murdered on non-humans. So yeah, we want to get rid of her before we get to it. But I can't, I'm not sure how. Because when I originally played this, I got 2 more ads ahead. And I started having issues with Rayla, and that's that. She kept doing stupid stuff. Real stupid stuff. Yeah, I know you want me to build the thing, but I need more gold. I mean, I could build it, but I'd prefer more gold. At least the men are happy again. Well, happy-ish.
Go to Edirne, they said. You'll sell at a profit.
So, what's next on the agenda? Well, still quite a bit. Still about a third, I'd say, left. Maybe less. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all, and have a nice day.